check 1 2. Check 1 2. This is Flavor Flav in the building. Welcome everybody back to the Flavor Flav Show, an original podcast. Now check this out. I'ma make you say ouch, because I'm excited to bring my next guest to my couch. You know what I'm saying? And this producer is from way back in the days, in many, many ways. Every record that this man made, his record plays. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't playing. It's all in the message that I'm relaying. So check 1 2. And the place to be, rocking from the bottom to the T.O.P., the flyest guy on the block. His name is Chocolate, but we call him Mista Choc. Yo, Choc! What up, Choc? What up, Choc? Yo, thank you for coming to my show. Everybody, Mista Choc, baby. Word up, G. You know what I'm saying? Hey, guess what? Your ears may burn and your eyes may burn, but this cat right here, you're gonna learn. We got a lot to tell y'all tonight, you know what I'm saying? This is rap history and it ain't no mystery. You can ask my brother and you can ask my sistery. You know what I'm saying? Word. Yo, Choc! I got my boy Choc in the building. Hey, yo, have a seat right there, Choc.
Right there.
Have a seat right there, Choc. Yeah, I got Mista Choc, Mista Choc. Wow. Yeah, boy, Flavor Flav in the building. And I got my boy, Mista Choc.
Dubs
hey,
up,
yo,
bro.
Choc, man, thank you for coming by my show, man.
Nah, thanks for inviting me,
This is big,
bro.
man. This is huge to me right now, man. You know what I'm saying? Word up, man, on the strength, man. I mean, I know you've been on a fantastic journey, man, with
Yes,
your
sir.
life, brother.
Yes, sir.
You know what
Yes,
I'm
sir.
saying? And
Yes,
the
sir.
whole nine. And that's why I got you here right now, man, so we can talk about this fantastic journey that you've been on and the fantastic journey that you're still on, because it ain't over.
It ain't over.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Word up, man.
2022.
Let me tell you something, man. Hey, everybody, let me tell y'all something, man. This man right here, you know what I'm saying? I mean, he has produced records, man, you know what I'm saying, for many, many people in the game that even inspired me and Public Enemy. You know what I'm saying? Word up.
Wow.
Man. My man did joints, man. You know what I'm saying, with the Booyah Tribe.
Yes, sir.
You know, did shit with Too Short,
Yes,
Lil
sir.
Kim.
Yes,
you
sir.
know what I'm saying? And we can take it all the way to Houston and go to my man Devin the Dude.
Yes, we can.
Who's one of my favorites, because Devin is that dude.
Yes,
you know
we
what I'm
can.
saying? Word up on the
Yeah.
strength, man. J.O. Felony.
Yes, sir.
I mean, there's a lot of people right now, man, I want to talk with you about, man. You know what I'm saying, that you've done records with. You know what I'm saying?
I just don't have a record with you.
I know you. hey, but guess what, though?
It's coming.
But it's coming.
It's coming.
It's coming. You know
Yes,
what I'm
sir.
saying?
We're already baked. We shaking and baking
check
already.
This out. And when it comes, the only thing I can say is, here we are. You know what I'm saying? Word up on the
Word up.
Everybody, I got my boy, Mista Choc. You know what I'm saying?
Appreciate
Yeah,
you.
that's right. And my boy worked under Dre's wing, Dr. Dre.
Yes, sir.
As much as I could say, every record that this man made, play. You heard me? Hey, yo, Choc.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this, man. What was it like, man? First of all, man, you know what I'm saying? You know, getting together with the Booyah Tribe, man. Because the Booyahs, man, those was like, you know, we was out on the road together, man, and we became
They was
family,
big
man.
guard dogs. you
Yeah,
know?
man. What was it like working with them, and what record did you do with Booyah Tribe?
I did a record with Booyah. Well, actually, I did 3. I for some reason, I only can remember gang related and tribal warfare. I can't think of the other title. Tribal Warfare is a record that I created with them, and I wanted them to sound like they was like in a canoe, just going down a canal and just, you know, with the bows in a boat, and they just paddling.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's how the record. It didn't have no hook. It just went ooh. Ooh. Then the verses came. Then I did a record with them called Gang Related. So the third record, I don't know why I cannot think of the title of that record. But I did 3 records with them, and that came from me working with Hoes with Attitudes that was signed to Eazy-E, HWA. which is a female group out of Chicago. And
Wow.
yeah,
They had an HWA.
Hoes with Attitudes.
Where did they come from?
They came from Chicago.
Wow.
And they had they got signed to Easy. They went independent and did a record called Living in a Hoe House.
Wow.
And then when I got with them and they signed to Easy, their album was titled As Much As You Want. But Easy groomed them, made them look like these honestly, they were the first females to ever wear like Versace and the Gucci, the album covers. They was like, before Little Kim came, they was the Little Kims.
Do you have any knowledge of how they got their name?
I don't. Oh, no, I don't. I remember how they came to Cali is that they all put a hat together and they put cities in that hat and said, we're going to all pull out of this hat. And whatever city of the majority of us pull out is the city we're going to. But this is the crazy thing. When they did move to Cali, why did they move into the same apartment complex that DJ Yella and Dre lived in?
Wow.
Crazy.
They moved out of Chicago and moved
to Cali
and ended up moving in the same apartment
complex that Dr. Dre and Yella lived in as roommates.
Yo, that's deep.
And they became HWA. Easy ended up signing them in HWA, and I ended up producing their EP. They had 6 songs. I did 5 on that project.
Hey, yo, what was it like with Too Short, man? Because Too Short is my dog, man. You know what I'm saying? Yo, man, shout out, Short.
Shout out to
I
Short.
love you, baby. My dude, what was it like working with Short, man? And what did you do with Too Short?
I did a record. Actually, me and DJ Silk. Shout out to DJ Silk, definitely.
Peace, DJ Silk.
Yeah, DJ Silk.
Silk.
We did a record called Pussy for Dre's Detox album.
Wow.
And when we originally did the record, it was Dr. Dre, and who did we have on? Oh, we had this record went through multiple artists. Like multiple.
Right.
But what ended up happening was that Dre at that time said, "Hey, Choc, we liking Pussy, and it's kind of like losing. We need the right people on it." So I was like, okay, so what's going on? He was like, man, we need the right people on it. So it was Grammy night, and me and Silk, Royce 5'9", Slim the Mobster, we all at the Grammy party.
I love Royce the 5'9", man. From Detroit.
From Detroit.
That's my dude,
we
man.
all just chilling.
Yeah.
And Dre's telling me that the record is kind of losing mobility. Like, it's not, we got to get the right record.
Right.
So what ended up happening was that a week before that, Dre called and had me meet him at a steakhouse and said, I got an idea. I want to put Nicki Minaj on the record. What do you think?
Wow.
And I was like, she's dope, but the record's called Pussy. Who could talk about pussy better than anybody but Lil' Kim? And Dre was eating, and he dropped his fork in his plate and said, damn, I didn't even think about that.
Wow, you did something with Lil' Kim too? That was with Lil' Kim?
The same record, Pussy, had Lil' Kim on it. So I'm getting back to Too Short. So,
and you just named 2 of my favorite female artists, man. You
yeah,
know
man. I'm telling
Kim,
you how records are put together and how
Nicki
they
Minaj,
develop.
Man, 2 of my most favorite female artists, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it just kind of like gelled together. So what ended up happening was that after that happened, and I said Lil' Kim, Dre was like, whoa. 2 days later, Lil' Kim was in the studio.
Wow.
He flew her in to do the record. Then the Grammys come, the Grammy party, and me, Royce the 5'9", Slim the Mobster, shout out to Slim the Mobster and Royce the 5'9".
Yo, Slim!
Yeah.
My dude. I love you, Slim.
We all, having a good time. And I see Too Short at the Grammy party. And I was like, Pussy, the record. Who talks about pussy better than anybody but who? Too Short. So I see him and I'm like, would you want to work with Dre? He said, yeah. I've been knowing Dre 20 years. I ain't never did a record with him. Give me your number. Dre is on the red carpet taking photos. Short give me his number. I lean over while Dre's taking pictures and hand him Too Short's phone number. And he look at it while he getting all these pictures. He look at me and he go, and I said, Too Short. And he was like, said, pussy. He went. Three days later, who's in the studio?
Wow.
Too Short. So we ended up having Too Short, Little Kim, and Dr. Dre on a record called Pussy. So I was there to see Little Kim lay her vocals, there to see Too Short lay his vocals on this one record. And I still promise y'all that record's gonna it's gonna surface.
Wow.
It's gonna surface. It's a great record called Pussy.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's deep, bro.
I could still remember Too Short's verses. You know, I remember that like yesterday. And I remember when Too Short was laying vocals and he was really going through it. And he was like, Dre said, you know, Dre's a perfectionist.
Yeah.
And Too Short like, man, I ain't no singer. Dre said, you ain't got to be a singer. Listen to the notes. Listen to how your tone has to go here, go here, go here. Too Short learned that from Dre.
Wow.
And when he finished that record, masterpiece.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's how I worked with Too Short on a record called Pussy for Dr. Dre's album.
Damn, man. How did you end up with my man Devin the Dude from Houston?
I had a wish list.
I mean, you from LA.
I'm from LA.
How did you hook up with Houston?
It was weird because Dre said, I'm going to give you a wish list. And on this wish list, just write down who you want to work with. I put Raheem DeVaughn, Bilal, Devin the Dude, Missy Elliott. I put all these people on my wish list. And the first person he flew down was Devin the Dude. So me and Devin is in the studio working on we're putting together this Detox record. So we're putting together the Detox, and Devin gave me some classic shit, bro. But I connected with Devin because he was part of my wish list. So we did a record called Mango for Dre.
Wow, that's deep.
Yeah,
that's deep. And I never met Devin the Dude.
A beast.
I always wanted to meet this cat, man.
He's brilliant,
one
bro.
thing that I could say about Devin the Dude, he's real, bro.
Had me laughing.
He's real. He's the hood.
He's funny as shit. He said, when I tell you, I tell this story, y'all, I'm not trying to get offline, but this is something that always stuck with me. He said, hey, man, that's what he said. Y'all got soul food out here? I said, yeah, we good. He go, they got meatloaf? I said, that ain't no soul food. He said, in Houston it is. I said, man, you funny. Bro is a genius with the pen. Got to give him credit. Devin the Dude is definitely
everything that
those,
Devin
bro.
the Dude, man,
He's
wrote
a genius.
that I heard.
Yeah, from Oz Squad. If people don't know about Devin, you can go as far as back as Oz Squad. He was also in a group called the Black Monks. Shout out to my boy, rest in peace, Lord 3-2. I don't know if you knew who Lord 3-2 was. He was in the group. You remember Big Mike from the Ghetto Boys?
Yes, Big Mike, man. Come on,
okay, shout out
man.
to Big Mike, who lived with me when they first
Big
came.
Big Mike,
okay,
Scarface, Willie
Bingo.
D, and my boy Bushwick Bill.
We're going to get into that because I'm going to tell you something that's going to really blow your mind about that.
Okay.
Okay, we're going to get it. Remember to say, let's get back to Big Mike.
Okay.
But Big Mike and Lord 3-2. Lord 3-2, rest in peace, Chris Barrier. He was in a group called The Convicts with Big Mike.
Okay.
That was a rap group called The Convicts. And Lord 3-2 and Big Mike. And I love Snoop to death. But I'm going to tell you some facts. When we started Death Row, the person who started that word called, really though, we don't let them hoes, big baby. That's Lord 3-2 and Big Mike. They brought that from Houston to California.
You said when you started Death Row? When
they started Death Row, that word that said, really though, big baby, we don't let them hoes. That came from Houston. That came from Lord 3-2 and Big Mike.
Wow, that's crazy. You was part of the start.
I'm there.
Wait a minute. Hold on. You said when we started Death Row, you are one of the people that started Death Row?
I'm there at the beginning. My money became part of Death Row.
Wow.
You got to remember that I wrote Ice Ice Baby.
What?
So.
Wait, what?
So my income, Suge being my manager, him being my manager, he got paid off of my work. So Suge.
Wait, you wrote Ice Ice Baby?
Damn right. I didn't write Ice Ice Baby, just that. I wrote Ice Ice Baby, Ice is working it, It's a Party, Go Ill, Stop That Train. I wrote 9 songs on that album.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hey, let me tell you something, man. I mean, I got to give a shout out to Vanilla Ice. Vanilla Ice,
definitely.
my dude.
Robbie,
you
that's
know
my
what I'm
boy.
saying? I love you, Rob. You know what I'm saying? Because it was Rob, man, that took me down to the Arsenio Hall show with him.
I remember that night.
You know what I'm saying?
That's the night that we got accused of hanging him over the banister.
Wow.
The urban legend.
Hey, let me tell you.
Never happened.
When Vanilla Ice took me down to the Arsenio Hall show, that's when I set a record on the Arsenio Hall show for the first celebrity guest to be on his show 4 nights in a row.
Yes, definitely.
4 nights in a row, and that happened all because I was hanging out with Vanilla Ice.
Yeah. But that happened by accident, man. Because when he called you onto that, Arsenio was really lost on that whole situation.
Yes, he was.
He was lost, man. He was lost. I remember that like yesterday.
He was freaked out, man, when Vanilla Ice said...
That night that happened with you and him is the night that we got accused, that Suge got accused of hanging him over a banister. That's the very same night.
I remember that story, man.
It never happened. That's an urban legend. It never happened.
It never happened?
Never. The most that Suge said to Vanilla Ice that night in his room was, we could be here for 15 minutes or we can be here all night. How come my producer didn't get credit for the songs you put on your album? Vanilla Ice said it real cool, and we acknowledged it. He said, is it cool if I can talk with my attorney, with your attorney? Suge said, yeah. And we sat there and had drinks, and he played a record, Time Keep On Slipping, Slipping, a new record he did, and I listened to his new
future.
I listened to his new joints without me.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's dope. You know what I mean? We had a good time. It wasn't no threatening, no nothing. So letting everybody know that's an urban legend.
Man, the story was out there, man.
That's a lie.
You know what I'm saying? That Suge Knight had Vanilla Ice
Dangled
hanging
him
over the balcony.
Thank you.
And they were going to drop him if he didn't sign a contract.
Didn't happen.
Contract.
That's a lie. So what I want you to understand, let's get to the facts of it. And I think that you're the only person out of anybody that gets the exclusive. Ice Ice Baby already been taken care of. Legally, I own it. There was no problems with that. The problem came in was that when SBK Records and Capitol said, we want the cat who did Ice Ice Baby. Where is he at? So they fined me. What ended up happening was that SBK, me having no knowledge of the game because I loved it so much, I got paid $1,500 per song to do for Vanilla Ice, not knowing that I could have said $50,000 having a #1 song in the country. But I didn't know the game. Suge didn't know the game. $1,500, I fly to Texas. I was only under contract to do 4 more songs. But when I got to Texas, I did 9.
Wow.
I'm only under contract to do 4 more records.
Right.
But when I got to Dallas, I did 9 and delivered them to him. He put all 9 on the album. I was only credited for 4. So I had to sue for the other 5 records. Ice Ice Baby was never a problem. The world thinks that Suge did a big thing over. No, Ice Ice Baby was already done.
Right.
We already had that canned. I sued him for records that he credited himself for. You get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, I
do. The world needs to know that.
I do, because you made 9. I mean, you made 9
songs.
And you said out of these 9.
He was supposed to pick out of the 9.
Out of these 9, just pick 4.
Pick your 4. But instead of picking the 4, he took all 9. That's where our lawsuit came in at. So the world needs to know that Ice Ice Baby was never a problem. Ever. It was already done.
I'm shocked that I'm hearing that you wrote that.
I wrote it.
I'm bugging
look,
right now.
I wrote every single word. Only thing that he changed was, back then, it was Earthquake, which was the DJ. He said D-Shay. So he changed the DJ between the time that the record dropped, and he used the word D-Shay instead of Earthquake. Other than that, every word, everything came out of his mouth, I wrote it. There's not one part of that song that I did not write. I wrote that whole entire song. Stop That Train, It's a Party, Go Ill. All those are my records. Every single. If you listen to the record, you can tell he falls off in certain areas of the song. Why would he do that? Because I did it. I'm giving you the exclusive. I love you, Robbie, but you know, that's my shit.
Wow.
That's my shit.
That's deep, man.
Yeah.
Hey, yo, everybody, check this out. This is my boy, Mista Chocolate, right here.
Man.
And let me tell y'all something. This man right here, he is rap history.
Thank you, bro.
You know what I'm saying? He is rap history. You know what I'm saying? I'm learning a lot right now from this man. Wow.
You're asking the right questions because a lot of people don't know the truth.
Wow, that's deep. That's
a lot of
deep.
people don't know the truth. I have not been able to be vocal about how it really happened. Everybody always, you know, I see a lot of stuff from where people say Suge did this. Suge never did anything wrong with my part of it. Only thing he did was manage me and led me in the right direction. I have nothing bad to say about that, man. I love Suge. He's done some dumb shit, but with my career, he led me the right way. Keeping it 100.
Wow.
Yeah.
So break it down to me, man. How did Death Row get started?
When Death Row first started, Dre, the deal. I'm gonna keep it. Look, this is what's weird about it. Why was it that I was supposed to be the first artist at Death Row before there was a Snoop? D.O.C. I'm just gonna keep it solid with y'all. D.O.C. was supposed to be my writer.
Wow.
You got to remember, Doc lost his voice.
Right.
So I was gonna be the voice.
D.O.C.'s my man. That's my good friend, bro.
Doc.
Many years.
You know, people always say, man, you always put Doc at the top of your list as a lyricist. Yes. My Rakims, Doc is in my top 5. That's my top 5. I got Doc in my top 5.
Right.
But I was supposed to be the first artist at Death Row. D.O.C. had already started writing for me.
Right.
Of putting my record together. Dre was already putting together production for me.
Wow.
Can I say some words that Doc wrote for me when I was supposed to be?
This is your podcast. This podcast is about
Check
you,
this out.
brother. I want you to give it to the world, man. Give it to the world, man.
A song
Keep
that
it real,
D.O.C.
baby.
wrote for me before Death Row dropped. Thoughts of mayhem, madness, and murder came over my mind, and at the same time I heard her. Telephone calling, the motherfucker kept on ringing. It was the deal to the C, he said he bringing me some fly stank bitch, but you could say the pussy, G, I got a key. I'm thinking about paper. Doc said the word was heard. Kick the fucking bitch to the curb. Quickly pick me up in that 454, y'all, and put the bitch to the floor, y'all. The destination was the plan that still came from hand to hand to the next man, but just my motherfucking luck, see, I got caught by the undercover G. Now I'm shackled, gaffle rolled up. One time couldn't hold me, knowing this is what D.O.C. wrote for me back then.
Wow. Wow.
You feel me?
Yes.
So I remember the records that we were putting together because Doc, I was going to be Doc's voice. You know what I mean?
Right.
And it was all coming together right, but at the same time, I love producing so much. I love the skills that I had. I just felt like back then, you got to remember that our era, for somebody to write for you was unheard of. You wasn't a true MC.
Right. That's right.
So I kind of fell back like I wouldn't feel right. Like, nah, it's not going to work right because I wouldn't want the world to find out 2 years later, a year later, like, he didn't write none of that. All of that is Doc. Even though Doc's a great lyricist, I just kind of stepped away and just wanted to be a producer. Mind you, that I also did Ice Ice Baby in 87, and it didn't drop till 3 years later. It became a hit 3 years after I did it. So look how God worked.
Wow.
Feel me? Yeah.
Wow. So then came Dre and Snoop.
What happened?
Tupac.
Yeah. What happened was when Dre left Ruthless, him and D.O.C. and they started Death Row. I was a producer now. I'm over there like.
So Doc and Dre started Death Row.
They're the owners of Death Row. The ownership of Death Row is only 3 people. Dick Griffey, D.O.C., which is Tracy Curry, and Dr. Dre. They're the owners of Death Row. The paperwork that got done, I'm with them. Suge was a manager of me, D.O.C., and Dr. Dre.
Wow.
When the money came, Suge just threw his arms up and just moved back.
It just took over.
Took over. So I'm going to give you the percentages. Dick Griffey, who started Midnight Star, Shalimar. Listen to me. Midnight Star, Shalimar.
Make that move right now,
The Deal and Babyface. All of them come up under Solar Records, which is Sounds of Los Angeles Records. So when you see Solar and you look at the Soul Train logo,
right,
he's part of that with Don Cornelius. He helped fund that.
Wow.
So
Dick
Griffey. Those are his. He's the first black man to build a building in Hollywood of his own building. Back in the day, in 1978, he had his own building built in Hollywood in 1978. Now, this comes from a man who came from Ohio who had a dream that was stay in a hotel room and use a payphone as his business phone, as a promoter. When the phone rang, he'd run out of his hotel room. It wasn't a hotel back then, it was called a motel.
Right.
He would run out and answer that phone and go, Sounds of Los Angeles Records. But never had no building, no office, no nothing. He used that phone booth as his office.
Wow.
He went from having that phone booth to building a real building in Hollywood. Paid $6 million to build his own building. Babyface owns that now, which is the Edmond building.
Okay.
1635 Cahuenga Boulevard. That's Babyface's building now. But Dick Griffey is the one who gave Death Row their first penny. He the one who gave the studio to them and said, record y'all stuff. He the one who brought Deep Cover to introduce Snoop Dogg. He brought all of that to the table. So once the deal got done, got to remember, Dick Griffey owned 52% of Death Row. D.O.C. and Dr. Dre owned 48%.
Wow.
The real owners of Death Row is the D.O.C. and Dr. Dre. Suge never was the owner of Death Row. I'm telling you facts. I'm there.
Wow, that's crazy.
Never. He never owned Death Row. Death Row was owned by the D.O.C. and Dr. Dre.
That's crazy. And Suge Knight was a bodyguard.
A bodyguard for the D.O.C.
That's crazy.
You never knew that?
No. I never knew that Suge Knight was a bodyguard for D.O.C. I never knew he was a bodyguard. I know that back in the days that
he was bodyguard for Bobby Brown.
Wait. Back in the days, I know that Suge Knight did play football and he played for UNLV.
He was a rebel.
Yeah,
but a lot of people always say this. Suge Knight played pro football. Now I'm gonna keep it 100 with y'all. I love Suge because he did great things for me. But I'm going to keep this 100. If anybody know football that's around our age, y'all remember when they had, what is it called when companies shut down and they walk around with sticks in their hands? What is that called?
Picketing.
Right. Do you remember when the NFL picketed and they had what they called the scab season? Y'all remember when they had the scabs?
That's familiar.
You remember when they had the scabs? When they was picketing, you remember that? Okay. Scabs mean that all the starters that were stars in the NFL, they were picketing and they weren't playing. So what in order for the NFL to continue to keep going, they recruited what they called the scabs. Suge was a scab.
Yeah.
He didn't make pro football from being recruited as an NFL player. Or a college great player. Suge was a scab player. He made the Rams team because he was a scab player.
Right.
I want all of y'all right now to Google that. Y'all gonna see that he was a scab player. He did not get recruited as like he's dope. Won't. No, he didn't. Straight up. Tell you the truth. He was not an. He went to UNLV. Then after he left there, he got recruited as a scab player because the NFL went into the bullshit of boycotting. In order for the NFL to keep playing, it was like me and you, Flav, got cut off the team. But in order for the team to keep going, they came back and got me and you. But all the starters is like we at home. So Suge played pro football as a scab.
Wow, that's deep.
Y'all look that up, scab. Suge was a scab player.
Well, that's deep. And then he just muscled his way into being the owner of Death Row.
I don't know how that happened. But I told Dre, I promised to God, I said, I don't like it. Like, I was uncomfortable. I want to talk about all that I got to see before the records came out because I've seen some real fucked up shit. So one thing that he gave me advice about, well, not advice, but he said something to me one day. When I told Suge that I wanted to be released off of paperwork, I said, I just want to go and do my own thing. Him not knowing that I was going directly to Dick Griffey. So I'm leaving Suge to go deal with the man who done got you this money. I want to leave and go to him because this man is going to treat me right. And I'll never forget that Suge said this to me. Suge said, one thing I like about you, Choc, is that you always been that person that if we give a party, you're always there to help prepare the party. And when the house is towed up, never forget this, he said, when the house is towed up after the party is over with and everybody gone, you're always there to help clean up.
Wow.
That always stuck with me. And I said, okay, yeah, he was like, I'll give you your release. And he gave me my release. But I wanted to be away from it. Like, I can't be around this. It was too toxic. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it.
So how did Tupac and them come? You know, how did Tupac
I left
Snoop.
Well, I was there when Snoop came. I was the first producer at Death Row to produce Snoop. I did a record with Snoop called, see, a lot of people don't know that Snoop and Warren G came as a group.
Wow.
Warren G and Snoop came as a combo.
I never knew that.
Yeah, Snoop didn't come. First of all, look, shout out to my boy Code 187 from My Brother Law.
Okay.
Code 187 has Snoop first. It didn't work out, whatever their situation. But when Warren G, because you know Warren G and Dr. Dre are brothers, stepbrothers. I don't know if you knew that.
Right. I knew that Warren G and Dr. Dre are brothers.
Yeah, they're brothers.
They're brothers, blood brothers.
Real brothers. No, they're stepbrothers.
Okay.
They're stepbrothers. But they're brothers. Yeah, they brothers.
They brothers.
They brothers.
Right.
But Warren G brought Snoop to Death Row. But they came as a package, which was Warren G, DJ Warren G, and Snoop Dogg.
Okay.
So before any records got done with Warren G and Snoop, I was already in the studio producing records at the company. Snoop did his first record with me called Is Like That.
Wow.
Which was Snoop Dogg, Boss Hogg CPO, Lord 3-2, and me. Shout out to Lord 3-2 again, my boy from Houston, the one who brought the really though, big baby, we don't let these hoes. Him. I was the first to produce Snoop at Death Row.
Wow.
Facts.
Wow.
Yeah. Facts. I was the first to produce Snoop at Death Row.
And when did Tupac come?
I left when Tupac came. I was gone. I wasn't even. My relationship with Tupac came because of Spice One. I don't know if you ever heard of Spice.
Wow, DJ Spice One.
No, the rapper.
The MC Spice One. I remember Spice One.
Welcome to the Ghetto. Trigger got no heart.
One.
Okay, Spice One from Northern Cali, and I was doing when the Rodney King verdict came out. The Rodney King verdict came out, and all the police officers were found not guilty. I went into the studio and did a song called City on Lockdown. I brought in Kid Frost, Booyah Tribe, Ice-T. Ice-T did my intro and a verse. I brought JJ Fad. I brought Lighter Shade of Brown. I brought almost all the West Coast artists at that time that was hot to do It was basically like a self-destruction, but it was called City on Lockdown.
Right.
And South Central Cartel, SSC, which was signed to Def Jam, the main guy of that group, which was Havoc, the mouthpiece, he called me and said, hey, man, Spice One coming in town. I think it'd be good to get on this record.
Right.
I didn't know Spice One.
Right.
So I was like, bring him. Because I got the whole studio filled. Ice-T, everybody's in the studio. So what ended up happening was that we're all in the studio, and when Spice One showed up and did his vocals to the record, he came to me and was like, man, I want you to work on my album. So me and him connected. So I worked on America's Nightmare. What was America's? Was it America's Nightmare? No, Murder, She Wrote album. Remember the female Boss that was on Def Jam?
Right, I remember Boss.
Boss. Okay, that album, I ended up being the first Spice One is from Northern California. I was the first Southern California producer to ever produce Spice One.
Wow.
You know what I mean? So I got records with him, and that's how all of it came together as far as me meeting Tupac. I met Tupac because of Spice One.
Wow.
And I had a great relationship with Pac. I'm talking staying weekends at my house, hanging out with me, going to Venice Beach. I got footage. Me and him were talking about that a few weeks ago. I got footage about, I was there the day that Pac beat up the Hughes brother. I was standing right there with him.
Wow.
I'm standing right there with Pac the day that he beat up the Hughes brother when he got fired from doing Minister Society. You know, he was supposed to play as Kane, and didn't know that after he did his audition and made the role that they fired him, and they fired him on MTV. I was standing with Tupac right there in downtown, on the outskirts of downtown LA, the day he beat up the Hughes brother. I'm with Pac.
Wow.
That's some real hip-hop shit. I'm right with him, standing right there when he beat up the Hughes brother and went to jail for beating up the Hughes brother. You know who the Hughes brothers is, right?
Yeah.
The niggas who wrote the movie Minister Society.
Right.
He beat up one of them, Allen. I think Allen. I was with him that day. So shout out to Pac, man. That cat.
I miss my dude too, man.
I miss
He's
him,
the reason
man.
why I'm still here, man, and I'm able to sit down and do an interview with you, man. And the reason why I say that, because I'm gonna present you with my book.
I need that.
And in my book, I wrote the story of how Tupac saved me from committing a murder by accident.
What?
Yeah. Yes, he did. You know what I'm saying? But
Ooh,
I don't want to get into that right now.
Right. That's personal. That's personal.
But no, it's not personal. It's just that right now, this info that you were dropping, brother, is so deep. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I've dropped this info on a few of my podcasts. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want to keep repeating myself.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I know my fans don't want to hear me keep repeating that same old story.
Right. It's the same story.
You know what I'm saying? So I'll tell you the story once, we done with this podcast right now. But I don't want nothing right now interrupting this deep information now that you giving to me and giving to us, man. Because let me tell you something, bro. Right now, you are blowing my head, man, with this information, man.
Yeah. And I looked at you when I said that Suge was a bodyguard for D.O.C. You looked at me like, whoa.
I never knew he was a bodyguard.
Facts.
And I never knew he bodyguarded D.O.C.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
So I'm blown away, man.
Yeah.
Man, I'm not letting my Tupac stories stop you
That's
from
right.
telling these incredible stories right now, man. You know what I'm saying? I want everybody in the world to know who Mista Choc is.
I appreciate that,
You know what
bro.
I'm saying? And how important this man is not only to society, but to music.
Thank you, bro.
You know what I'm saying? For real. This man is definitely very, very important to music, man. You know what I'm saying? Yo, Choc, I'm blown away right now, man. You know what I'm saying?
I could tell.
What was it like, man, working with my man Sugar Free?
Oh my God, I cannot.
Because you did records with Sugar Free. Can you name the record too that you did with Sugar Free?
I got. Oh my goodness, I got so many records with Free. First of all, me and Sugar Free from the same city. We grew
Right.
up in the same city, Pomona, California.
Right.
Me, Sugar Free. We just talked about the Hughes brothers, the one
Right.
that Pac. They grew up in our city, Above the Law, Cocaine. All of us from the same city. But Sugar Free is he's more of a challenge, because when we get together, I got a song with him called "Don't Cost a Dime." I got tons of records with him, but Sugar Free, I think, is the only person that look at my art, and he really takes my art as something that he just don't want to be a disappointment to. So when I do records with Sugar Free, he's always like, Choc, I need like a week. I need a week to breathe on this. I can't just write to this and just do the record right now. Give me a week. Give me a week.
Right.
I can't just deliver this to you just like that. So he always really put a lot of effort into when I give him music to create around my music. The last record I did with him is with Snoop Dogg, Sugar Free, Pomona Pimpin' Young, and Cocaine. It's called Don't Cost a Dime. Got to hear that record, y'all. Go download that, Don't Cost a Dime. But I can't count how many records I got with Sugar Free. Sugar Free, he's just remarkable. Like, his brain works different than anybody.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
His sound check is not like check 1, 2. He'd be like tattoo, 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 tattoo. I would go tattoo. You like tattoo, 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 tattoo. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's just unorthodox, but he's definitely a brilliant artist.
Well, I gotta ask you this, man. Well, one of my favorite artists is in the world right now. You know what I'm saying? And back in the days, when this brother went solo, I had an opportunity to have a record on his solo album, and my crew is the one that did his first album.
Oh, you talking
my
about
man,
Cube?
Ice Cube,
Cube.
America's Most Wanted.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
you did stuff with Cube.
Yeah, I got one
Yo,
record.
Cube.
Shout
I
out
love
to
you, Cube.
Shout out to Cube.
Word up, G. And I had Cube up in here too.
I know. I seen it.
Oh, you seen
Yeah,
you seen
I
the
keep
joint
up.
I did with
Yeah,
Cube?
I seen it
Come
with
on,
you
man.
and Cube.
Man, listen, man, world
It was
renowned,
a little
baby.
it was a little problem behind that, but I never made a big fuss because I've always looked at it to where agility and also, well, actually, I just look at it like, if I can get my business done the right way, I don't need to be a big bark about life. The cat who named the group NWA, his name is Layla.
Wow.
Yeah,
I remember the name Layla.
Layla named the group NWA. Layla had a brother named Gomac. They called him Gomac with the sack. Gomac and Layla are real brothers. Then had an older brother named Amp. Amp was like the cat who had a lot of bread, who put his money in behind their dreams.
Right.
And Layla named the group NWA. And Above the Law became part of Layla's clique because his brother, which was Gomac, was a DJ.
Wow.
DJ Gomac was a DJ for Above the Law. It was two of them, Chaos and Gomac. And after Layla kind of peeled off, Layla is also responsible for Tupac's album with Brenda Got a Baby and what was that album? Strictly for My Niggas.
Wow.
Layla got like 4 or 5 records on that album. So he's the one who kept telling me, you need to fuck with Tupac, Choc. You need to fuck with Tupac, Choc. And he did the Strictly for My Niggas album. But Layla was like the nucleus of putting like cats together. So when Layla used to always call me and be like, man, because he was always like a mentor to me.
Right.
Not just, because I'm coming into the game not knowing nothing.
Right.
And he was one that used to be like, man, you got to listen to me, Choc. You need to do this. You need to do that. So after Layla got from being around the NWA crowd, because he named what attitudes came from Layla.
Wow.
So when he got away from that, he did a record called Law House Experience.
Okay.
And I did a record on the Law House Experience called Legal Paper.
Okay.
Which was Cube's record. And that record happened to also be on my groups, I had a group called Ponomo. Keith G, Peter Parker, Slim the Mobster, and myself. We did a record called All Praises Due. And when I got our deal, we were signed. We were the first rap group signed to Blackground Records. We were label mates with Aaliyah and R. Kelly. We was on the same label.
Wow.
And when our deal, not because our record wasn't dope, we lost our deal because our A&R lost his job.
Wow.
So that record, Legal Paper, was on the Ponomo's album called All Praises Due. Once we lost the deal, it ended up on Lawhouse Experience called Legal Paper, which is by Cube. And Cube did his thing on that motherfucker. Like, he killed that record. So I felt good knowing that.
Hey, Cube is a master, man.
Bro, he's a master.
He is a master.
Yes, he is. Yeah, so somebody else, we went through the legal shit. It's nothing big, but somebody else had their little name on it, and we had to go back and get it all correct, which I've been through that probably 20 times in my life.
Hey, yo, now check this out. What's really incredible, and what's incredible to me is you did a record with one of my favorite girls, man, Pebbles.
Oh, yes.
Pebbles. What was it like working with Pebbles? And
hard.
Let the world know what you did with Pebbles, bro.
Hard. It was hard. You know, it's hard. You know, when you're in the industry and you get your. It's like looking at a magazine. You remember back in the day we were kids growing up. You get to look at the Jet magazines. And you get to see the Jet girls. They're beautiful to you. You took their picture and cut it out, put it on your wall.
Yeah.
You got all. It was the same way with Pebbles. Pebbles was it was hard. Like, I knew I couldn't shoot my shot. I knew I couldn't, but I'm like, I'm in the studio with Pebbles. And I did a record with her and Beanie Man.
I remember Beanie Man.
Yes.
I remember Beanie Man, the Rastafarian.
Yes, sir.
You know
Genius.
what I'm saying?
Word and what he do? Yeah, I did a record called Honey Got It Going On with him and Pebbles. And that was kind of weird because I got that through like just a random phone call. Hey, would you like to work with Pebbles? Like, yeah, definitely. You know what I mean? So it was just a little different of because a lot of people don't like. I'm hard as fuck on R&B. Don't get it twisted. Everybody think that Choc or hip hop. I will run circles on your ass too on some R&B. Don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted.
Yeah.
On me, I got records, R&B. I got some dope shit from Azjet, Kenya Groove, the cats who did Top of the World for the Minister Society soundtrack. I got records, man.
Wow.
I'm dope on R&B too. I can run circles on your ass too, but my love has always been hip hop.
So how did you go on to get some work with my dude Ice-T? Because you produced with Ice-T too.
Yeah, I did records with Ice-T. Shout out to Ice-T.
Peace, Ice.
Yeah.
Ice. That's my
when
guy.
When I did City on Lockdown. I'll never forget I had a group called Level 6 that I demoed, and I ended up getting a deal with back then. You remember Jive Records?
Right, I remember Jive.
I got a record deal with a group called Level 6, Peter Parker and Sweets. I did a song called Who Be the Dopest, and my manager that I had at the time was my manager, E40's manager, and Tony's manager.
Okay.
Tony. So my manager, I gave him the demo. He flew to New York and played the record. And Jive, that Tuesday they got the record. That Thursday we was in New York to do the deal.
Wow.
Yeah. So it kind of like happened overnight. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And I wasn't prepared because I didn't. It's weird that people don't understand how, like when I look at y'all, and then I look at my career, then I look at what's going on now. A lot of people don't understand that. For us to get record deals in our era was like getting a Super Bowl ring. You had to have real talent to get a deal. You had to have real talent to go to New York with a demo in your hand, traveling and walking to a label, and they like your shit, and you get a deal.
Right. Back in the days, it was much more of a challenge.
It was hard.
Yeah, it's much more of a challenge then.
So when you saying Def Jam, when you saying priority records, when you're saying profile records, when you're saying monumental labels, it's not how it is now. Like, to get a record deal, MCA, Motown, that was the biggest jerk off of your life, man. Like, to walk into a company and they love your shit and you got somebody saying, we're going to sign you.
Right.
That doesn't happen now. Right now, you just upload a record and what is it called? Likes. You get likes. I got 200,000 likes.
Right.
You get 200,000 likes. You can walk into any company right now and get a deal because you got 200,000 likes.
Right.
Compared to our talent of who we are and what we've done.
Right. And see, back in those days, you got to remember too, man. We had vinyl. We had cassettes.
We had cassettes.
We had CDs. You
Yes,
know
we
what I'm
did.
saying?
Yes,
we
we
had
did.
Tower Records.
We had Tower
You know
Records.
what I'm saying?
We
and all
had
of that.
Licorice Records.
And let me tell you something.
had-
When vinyl went out, when CDs went out,
It killed the game.
cassettes went out, Tower Records went out, that killed the game because of all of this downloading that we could do today, the streaming that we could do today.
Yeah.
Because we didn't have the technology back then that we do today.
Right.
You know?
Imagine that if you had the social media when y'all dropped your first record, y'all would be at probably like 190 million records sold
Right.
on one album.
Yes.
One.
Off
Yo,
of
Bum
one-
Rush the
off
Show.
of one record.
One rap. That's one record.
Yeah.
You know, so God gave us what we're supposed to have. I watched the LL inductee when Dr. Dre talked about him. And I just looked at that and said, this is crazy how our art is really that important. We don't have that no more.
Right.
We don't have that.
Right.
You know,
The
sitting
game
back.
has changed a lot right now, man.
Yeah, and we can't be mad at these youngsters. We can't be mad.
And you can't.
You can't be mad. But at the same time, use it in a great way. You know, understand, because I've sat with cats that want me to produce them, and I'm like, how long you been rapping? Oh, I've been rapping for like 4 months. I can't do it.
Yeah.
I can't do it. I can't do it, Flav. I can't.
Hey, yo, check this out. You done went on to doing records with like Snoop, E40.
Yes,
you know what I'm
yes.
saying? And
Corrupt.
the Corrupt and Daz, the Game.
Game. I got a record with Game.
All my
called-
favorite folks, man.
Yeah.
All of these brothers I'm just naming right now is my favorite folks. And you did records with these people, bro.
Yeah, a record that I did
What
with
did you
Game.
do with What did you do with Snoop?
Oh gosh, niggas is like that. Shit, don't cost a dime. Celebrate. Shit, I should have had a list for that.
Wow, you got a lot of joints with Snoop,
You
huh?
talked to my cousin the other day when me and you hadn't, spoken a while. My cousin Percy, shout out to Big Percy.
Yo,
RMM.
Big Purse.
Shout out to Big Purse.
Pee in the bed.
What was the first? Yeah, there it is. No, pee on them.
Pee on them.
But
yeah.
you heard when Percy
True
said,
legacy, baby. Because
Yes.
Big Percy is a true legacy,
yeah, True
man.
Legacy.
To let y'all
Definitely.
know,
Shout out
that's
to him.
right.
And y'all definitely order that. But you heard when he said, "Oh shit, my cousin Choc, he got a couple of records with Snoop. I got records with Snoop." And he's always.
What about E40? What you got with E40?
What you smoking on?
Uh-huh.
Which is E40 Dash, Corrupt, Snoop, and cocaine.
Wow.
Yeah. So, and I went down and stayed 3 days at his house.
With
In
E40?
his, at his home. Like, stayed and worked in his studio. He got a lab. I
Okay.
stayed and spent days with him, and we came up with some shit. But we were doing actually, we were doing records for Dre. You know what I mean?
Wow.
And I flew down. Dre flew me up there to go work with E40 for records for him, and I went in to collaborate with E40 for records for Dr. Dre. But we came up with like a joint called You Feel Me. And I'm going to tell you something else. We also did the original Don't You Act Like a Bitch with him and Too Short.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did a whole, but that ended up being a whole different record with someone else. But I did that original record. Me and DJ Silk and Slim did that original record, and he ended up dropping it with someone else. But we came up with that with E40 first at his home.
Hey, yo, everybody, check this out, y'all. Yeah. For just in case y'all just tuning in and the whole nine, and for just in case y'all don't really know, this man right here, Mista Choc. You know what I'm saying? Other known as Chocolate. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
world's famous producer, G. He is the original OG in the game. Y'all need to know who my man is. You know what I'm saying? Man, matter of fact, talk about being in the game. What did you do with Game?
Oh, I did.
Cause you did records with Game.
Yeah,
too.
I got a joint with Game. Soundtrack to the Ghetto.
Okay.
And it's weird because I did records, and what I like being at Aftermath is that you never know who's going to end up on your records.
Right.
So once you finish doing a record, because Dre runs this shit like a military camp. You know, if
Dre is very, 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 very strict, very particular.
He don't play with it.
He's very particular.
He don't play with it. If Dre gives me, my hours were from 10 in the evening to 10 in the morning. 10 at night to 10 in the morning. So I got 12 hours. When I get ready to leave up out of that studio, Dre already has his employees walking in. The engineers have to make a decent mix. And it better not be one track, and you've been in there for 12 hours. It better not be one track that Dre end up with. You better have 3 to 4 tracks that Dre gonna listen to and go through. So I did a joint, and which turned out to be, shout out to my boy Sly. He's a singer on Kush. Hold up, wait a minute. That's him. Yep. That's him.
Hey, yo, and you know, man, I thought that was
Sly Piper.
And you know what? I thought that was Nate Dogg.
Everybody said that.
I thought that was
that's Sly Piper.
Shout goes out to my man. I miss you, Nate Dogg. I really do,
yeah,
bro.
Man.
I really miss my dude, man.
Yeah.
That was my man, Nate Dogg, man.
Yeah.
I miss my dude so
Snoop
bad,
and Warren
man.
G knew what they had. They had somebody that was special. He brought like the ghetto anthems more than anybody.
Yeah.
Snoop and that's Snoop and Warren G. But I did a record the night before, and I got so many stories at Aftermath that is just so funny from me and Scott Storch to, I got great stories.
Scott Storch, man, that's my guy.
A beast.
Word up, man.
Yeah, you know.
Hey, yo, matter of fact, too, I got to give a shout out to my man, Scott Storch.
Yeah, you got man.
And my boy, Steve Lobel.
Yeah, Steve Lobel.
G.
Real talk.
I'm going to get Steve up in here, man. I'm getting ready to have Steve up in here soon.
I never spoke on, like, the Busy Bone. I worked on Busy Bone from Bone Thugs solo album.
Right.
It's tons of people that I've worked with that I haven't even spoke. K Solo.
Right, Spellbound. Yo,
and Mom in My Business.
K Solo used to stay at the studio with me over with Devontae over in Van Nuys.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, man. Let me tell you something. I got to tell you all the story, man. And I told the story when I had my boy Flow Rider here.
Oh, Flow Rider.
You know what I'm saying? Because we all stayed with Devontae. My room, when you go downstairs, my room was the first room. Right next to me was Flow Rider. Then right next to Flow Rider was my boy LB. And then right next to LB was K Solo.
Yes. That's my boy. Shout out to K Solo, man.
Yes.
Love that cat.
Yes.
Love that cat.
That's my guy, man.
Yeah, K Solo. He stay on me constantly. He kind of like connected me on some, like he the one who connected me with Eric Sermon.
Wow.
That's how I connected with Eric Sermon.
My boy E Boogie, Eric Sermon.
One of my favorites.
That's right.
Out there. Yeah.
Eric Sermon.
Yeah, he connected me with Eric.
Yeah, because EPMD, those are my boys, man, and from Long Island.
Yeah.
From Long Island, man. Yup.
Yeah.
Eric and Paris. Paris is from Long Island too. Coram.
Both of them from Long Island.
From
right?
Long Island,
okay.
yeah. No, Bismarcky was from Coram too. My boy Bismarcky, God bless the dead, Bismarck.
Where's Bismarck from?
Yeah,
I thought he was from Brooklyn. I don't know why.
No, he was from Coram, Long Island, brother.
I never knew that.
Biz was from.
Did you know that?
Yep.
I never knew that.
Yep,
I thought Biz was from Brooklyn. This
Nope.
whole time.
Nope, Biz was from Biz was from Long Island, brother. That's right.
I know you know.
That's right. And matter of fact, let me tell you something. Bismarck is the first one ever to get my clock from around my neck and take a picture with it. He was the first one ever.
And still.
Yup. And then the second one to ever get my clock from around my neck and take a picture with it, Steve Aoki.
Oh, the DJ.
Yeah, the DJ, Steve
Aoki,
because he was like my little brother, because I had a connection with his father. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
ahead of
Rocky
time.
Aoki.
Ahead of time.
Right. And Rocky Aoki is the founder of all Benihana restaurants. Yes, sir. That's right. Rocky Aoki.
See, you learn shit,
he
man.
He founded Benihana restaurants.
What?
And Rocky Aoki, me and Rocky Aoki became friends, and that's my connection to Steve Aoki. And that's why Steve Aoki is like my little brother.
Steve is really what he is then, because his dad, he never went from his dad's cloth. He took his own route and did what he wanted to do.
Yes,
man, shout out to that dude, bro.
That's right. That's right.
I love
Steve
that.
Aoki is really who
I
Steve
never knew that.
Aoki is.
That's so crazy.
Like my little brother, man.
Yeah, that's crazy. That is a blessing.
Yeah.
Well, I remember what happened with Scott Storch. Dre came in. He went to Ibiza. And when he went to Ibiza, he came back and he was like pumped up. Dre was like, "Look, I'm telling y'all now. I've been to this club called Fuck You, I'm Famous." I was like, huh? He was like, the club is called Fuck You, I'm Famous.
That was the name of the club?
The club was called Fuck You, I'm Famous.
Wow.
He said, and what they do is that they always have a celebrity every single night. And what they do is stop all the music, and there'd be 4,000 to 5,000 people in this club, because the club opens at 12 and closes at 6 in the morning.
Right.
He said, and what they do is they stop all the music, and they have like a celebrity like you, like a Flavor Flav, and they stop all the music, they give you the mic, and all you do is say, "Fuck you, I'm famous." Then the music come back on. Oh, that's all you do. Dre said that's all they do is bring in famous people. And he was like, the records they was playing in there is like that up-tempo, 105, 110 tempo. He said, I want to change the tempo. I want a whole month of all up-tempo records. I'll never forget, Old School said, the king of mid-tempo won't fast shit? This Old School. And I was like, wow, that's crazy. So I start digging.
Old school? Our old school?
Our Old School.
My old school?
Our Old School.
What?
Said the king of the mid-tempo wants
my boy, you talking about
your brother.
My boy Old School, the one that Shamello introduced me to.
Your brother, Old School.
The one right that my boy Shamello and Spider introduced me to, yep. My boy Old School.
Yes.
That
is right there when Dre said that.
Are you kidding me? Man.
Right there. Right there. And he goes,
wow.
Old School said, after Dre leave out, Old School said, you mean to say that the king of mid-tempo wants some up-tempo shit? I was like, that's kind of odd. So Old School, I got all
wow.
Yeah.
Yo, Old School, man, I'm shouting you out and I'm calling you out, bro.
You can bring him on for our last few minutes.
You've been hiding information, bro. Word up, Old School. Yeah. Word up, Old School. You've been hiding information from a brother, man.
Wait for our last few minutes.
Wait till I get you on here, Old School. You coming next, your Old School. I'm getting you on here.
Yeah, that's right. You got to get that story from him.
Everybody, just to let y'all know, yes, I am talking to my boy Old School. Y'all can't see him, but yeah, he's right here.
Right here.
Yo, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And matter of fact, do me a favor, Old School, real quick. Pop up on the camera real quick just to show people I ain't lying.
He ain't lying.
This is my boy Old School. Did we get him, little brother? We got Old School.
He's the one who said that to me after Dre walked out the studio. He said, the king of mid-tempo want up-tempo. And I was like, yeah, that's kind of odd. So I start pumping records out. I did Freak Fest. I did Futuristic. I did all these records, and Dre just jumping on them. They just going.
Yeah.
And Scott Storch, never forget, I walk from the room that I'm working in, and he's downstairs in the lounge area.
Yeah.
Well, actually the kitchen area, and he eating grapes. When I walked in, I'll never forget when Scott Storch turned around and looked at me and said, "Damn, Choc, what am I doing wrong?" I said, "What you mean?" He was like, "Man, I'm giving these records to Dre. He ain't really jumping on them right now, man." I said, "Dre said step out the box. That's it. Step out the box. Create what you're feeling." He was like, "Oh." I said, "Bro, step out the box." I think I did like 4 or 5 in a few days.
Right.
Before I could even get home and they call him back on Dre on this one. Dre laying vocals. Dre won't. So my feeling with, not my feeling, but my experience with Scott Storch was him looking at me going, I need to figure this out. I'm looking at him going, "You Scott Storch.
Yeah.
You one of the greatest to ever do this."
That's
so
right.
when he said
That's
that to
right.
me, made me feel like, wow, bro, this is some royal moments. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
Shout out to Scott Storch, definitely, bro.
Yeah,
you
big
are
shout out
genius.
to my man once again,
Yeah,
Scott
he's a genius,
Storch.
bro.
You know what I'm saying? And he did a nice record for Game too.
Oh, he done.
You know
Scott
what I'm
Storch
saying?
done
Did a nice record for Game. Matter of fact too, and he used to let Bushwick Bill stay in his studio.
Oh man, I don't even want to get into that one. Don't even mention. Rest in peace, Bushwick. But me and Bushwick almost got into fisticuffs, man. He called me. He called me Gilligan one night. He called me. He kept calling me. He kept saying, "Chocolate, you look like Gilligan." I was ready to fight Bushwick. Rest in peace. I love you, Bushwick. He said, "Choc, why you gonna hire?" You know how Bushwick get down. You know Bushwick have no.
Oh my God.
Talk to my engineer.
Oh,
he told my engineer, he said,
funny,
"Choc,
man.
why would you hire a professional amateur?"
Yeah.
I said, "Oh, here you go."
Yeah, Bushwick Bill, Flavor Flav #2.
Oh my God.
That's the second Flavor Flav of the rap music business, man, because he's the second hype man. He's the second hype man, you know, in the business.
I love Bushwick.
Yeah, man, that was my little man, bro. Yeah, man.
He can get on your nerves, though. Don't get it twisted.
Yeah.
Bushwick can have you ready to fight him.
Yeah, Bushwick Bill,
and he
man.
good at it.
Hey, and Bushwick Bill was real, man. He was real with it.
Real.
He was definitely real with it, man. You know, I miss Bill, man.
I miss,
you know what I'm saying? Because we had the Ghetto Boys out on tour with us. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, we did a tour with the Ghetto Boys, man. And there was one time, man, you know, I was always wild. I was a wild man. I was wild. You know what I'm saying? Being out there on the road and everything. Yeah. And there was a time, man, when I went to go wake Wooly D up, right? Man, I went and I went in his room one morning, he was knocked out. I started jumping on that bed, B, word up, man, on the strength. Next thing you know, I didn't know he
Bushwick?
But Wooly D. And Wooly D, I didn't know Wooly D was sleeping with the gun, man. He almost shot me.
Yeah,
Wooly D almost shot Flav.
They're the Ghetto Boys, man.
I'm lucky that I am the Flavor Flav that I am, because otherwise Wooly D was about to let me have it, man. Yeah, but we had the Ghetto Boys on the road with us, though.
Man.
Yeah, we did a nice tour with them, man.
I had a session with Bushwick one night, and the mic wasn't coming up. My engineer's trying to get him right, and he kept. We got a strong relationship. He kept going, "Chocolate, you look like the Black Gilligan." I said, "Bro, why?" You know, he had me. He wouldn't stop. "Black Gilligan. You look like Black Gilligan."
I gotta laugh because you sounded just like.
You know how he talked,
Bill,
man. He was like, "Choc, I'm sorry. But let me tell you the funniest shit, the funniest story ever with Bushwick. So we're in the studio. He's laying vocals for a rap group, which is a Mexican group.
Right.
They paid him to do it, but they're at my studio.
Yeah.
So at the end of the night, I'm mad at Bushwick. He apologized. I'm back to loving my little bro. We loving each other.
Yeah.
And so after all of the stuff, the air clear, Bushwick walk up to the artist and go, I'm still mad at you because I tried to extend my love and give you a hug. The dude said, "I'll give you a hug back." He said, "Nah, I'm talking about earlier when I tried to give you a hug, you shoved me." He said, "Because you touched my balls."
That's Bushwick Bill,
but people
man.
don't understand.
That's Bushwick.
He's a midget.
That's
so when he went to touch him, he's little. And I said, bro, Bushwick is a classic of life.
He's a classic clown,
of life.
man.
You gotta love him, man. If you don't understand that dude, then you just bro. I love that cat, bro.
Yeah,
love him.
man.
Rest in peace.
Hey,
Rest
yo,
in peace.
so check this out. Let's switch some gears for a second,
Let's do
man.
it.
What was it like working with one of my favorite rappers in the world, man? My man, King T.
You know what? I never got to work with King T.
You never got to work with King
Never.
T?
That's
I
my
thought
favorite.
you did some stuff with King T,
no,
man.
I told you King T was my favorite West Coast MC.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay. He
I
was
spoke
your favorite.
always.
Okay.
Tila?
My bad.
I wish.
Okay.
I wish.
Okay.
If anybody I wish that I could work with is King T. I never got to work. I've always wanted to work with him. He's my favorite singular MC from the West Coast. I love Cube. But King T has always been my favorite. Had probably the greatest wordplay.
Yeah, man.
Ever.
King T was the bomb,
Yeah.
man. He's one of my favorite
Yeah.
peoples too, bro.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying? I love me some King T, man, you know. So let
Definitely.
me ask you this, man. So what do you think about rap music now opposed to the way it was? What do you feel about rap music now, today, and how it's transformed? You know what I'm saying?
I feel like I'm just gonna be honest.
And let me ask you this also. And who do you listen to today? But first, all right, one question at a time.
Yeah,
what do you think about rap music now today?
I feel like rap music today, that's exactly what it's called. I feel like it's no hip hop. I feel like rap is recording artists performing. That's how I look at it. There's no quality into taking time, because right now they hear a beat, they just go to their phone and they just start writing a song, and then they record it 20 minutes after they put it in their phone. Where we come from the era of writing it on paper and then knowing the lyrics and going to the studio with no paper, with no phone, with no nothing, and you laying the songs down. Right. I feel like right now that a lot of these cats is lyrically challenged. That's my opinion. Right. I feel like that they fucked up a good template of what the foundation that you guys laid, what NWA laid, what Coogee Rap laid, what Father MC laid, with right. Because we had avenues. Right. You could be who you wanted to be. I want to be political. I want to be funny. We had so many lanes. Right now it's only one lane. Right. Everybody is crashing in that one lane. Right. That's how I feel about it. I don't feel like nobody is dope right now. I'm listening to our old school, but I still listen to like your Kendrick Lamar's, your J. Cole's, your Davies. Right. Those are the cats that I'm listening to. My J-Rocks. Okay. I got my singular before I listen to, but 99% of the time if I turn on the radio, it's K-Day. Okay. To get my old feel. No doubt. Nobody is moving me, bro. No doubt. Nobody. So what you think about Lil Baby? I think Lil Baby I love Lil Baby. I think Lil Baby has great content, but because I'm a producer. Right. So I think that production could be better. But I think that he has great content. I like Lil Baby. Okay, what about the Baby? I think the Baby's I think the Baby got lyrically. I think the Baby got lyrics, bro. Yeah, he's got lyrics, man, and that's another one that needs that production. My favorite. Yeah, the Baby is dope too. I like the Baby. I like Lil Baby and the Baby. I ain't gonna front. I didn't open up to is that 21 Savage because I would like overlook his records until I heard how much money I got. A lot. How much money I got? A lot. And I had to listen and was like, okay. And I listened to the words. Was like, okay. Certain people just need guidance. Right. And I hear that as far as being a producer, that I know that if I got into the studio with them, I can kind of elevate. I might not take them all the way there, but I'm able to get them another leverage of another step of their career. You get what I'm trying to say? Right. Because I can hear the potential. Right. You know what I mean? So now back in the days,
to come down to the female MCs, you know what I'm saying? We had like the real Roxanne,
Come on.
Shantae, you know
Come
what I'm
on.
saying? Jazzy Joyce.
Come on.
You know what I'm saying? And the
Come
whole
on,
nine.
man.
Shaw Rock.
Shaw
You know
Rock.
what I'm saying?
Vanessa Sequence.
Yup. Then came MC Light. You know what I'm
Light,
saying? MC
Queen
Light.
Latifah,
Queen
Moni Love.
Latifah, Moni Love.
Sweet Tea.
Sweet Tea.
Come
You know
on,
what I'm
man.
saying? Because it was Jazzy Joyce and Sweet Tea.
Oh, yeah, I know.
It's my beat. Yeah, back in the day,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
Bum, 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 bum. You remember that?
Yeah,
Come
yes,
on,
sir. Yes,
Come
sir.
on,
You
yeah.
know what I'm saying? And then came Lil' Kim.
Right.
You know what I'm
She
saying?
still held
For
it.
real.
Lil' Kim held it.
Yeah, Lil' Kim held it. You know what I'm saying? So today, you know what I'm saying? It transformed over into my girl Nicki Minaj.
I love Nicki.
You know what I'm saying? We got Nicki Minaj, and I love my girl Nicki.
Nicki
man.
Pen
You know
was
what I'm
nice.
saying? Word up. Hey, I love Megan Thee Stallion. I love her, man. What you think about my girl Megan?
If Megan is pinning that, I love her. I'm gonna keep it 100.
No
if
doubt.
she's pinning that,
Yeah.
I love her.
Yeah.
If like Cardi B, if Cardi
I was
B,
getting ready to ask you about my girl Cardi.
I love Cardi.
You know what I'm saying?
I like
Cardi,
I like her all the way
Cardi
around.
B.
Though. I like her character. I like that.
Yeah.
Cardi is more.
She's
love so
Cardi.
real. She's so realistic. You know, from getting her teeth done to whatever it may be, she just tells you the truth of who she are. Like her, or love her, or hate her. But yeah. At first, I was kind of like, she kind of gimmicky until I got to hear her.
Right.
But I gave her props because I said she had a platform for television. She walked away from television to pursue a rap career. Normally, it's the opposite. It's normally leaving the rap game to pursue TV or movies.
Right.
So that's why I gave her a prop. Shout out to Cardi B. I like her.
No doubt.
I love
no
her.
doubt.
She's
No
dope.
doubt.
Yeah,
I mean, I had to ask you about today's music, man. You know what I'm saying? In the whole nine, because I want everybody to know who Mista Choc is and who Mista Choc listens to today. Too. You know what I'm saying? I want you to, give everybody.
I really like that kid Roddy Ricch a whole lot.
I love Roddy Ricch.
I love that dude. Yeah, he's dope.
Yeah, man. I love Roddy Ricch.
Yeah.
Hey, and let me tell you something.
I like Roddy Ricch.
That did it and still getting away with it. My man Drake.
Drake.
He's a beast, man. I met yo. Let me tell you something. I love Drake. Not only that, and also shout goes out to his pops. Drake's pops, man. I love his pops, man.
And his uncle.
And his pops love some Flavor Flav too.
Is that right?
Yeah, man. Come on, man.
And his uncle.
And I'm gonna tell you something. I'm punching me in the face right now today because the last time I seen Drake and his pops together, I didn't even get the picture, man, with both of them together. And I've never seen anybody with a picture with Drake and his pops together.
Oh, I ain't never seen that either.
I would have been the first one. Yeah. And I'm punching myself in the face because I didn't ask for the picture, man. And I was with my boy Flo Rida that night, man, that I seen them.
That's crazy.
And then we even went to Drake's club, man, after. Because Drake got a club out here, man.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Drake got a club out here.
I love to get some
in
records.
LA.
Well, I got so many records that'll fit him. It's ridiculous. Drake, he opened me up at his era of when he first dropped. Like I told the story earlier, which was not part of this one. The other day we talked about it, and I was telling you about how I first seen him and first met him in Vegas. At Dr. Dre's room.
Yeah.
I never knew that he was going to be. I knew he was dope when I heard his record, but I never knew he was going to be the magnitude of what he is. But what I like about Drake is that he's an adjustable.
Yeah.
He can fit in. Of like if he do a record with Flav, he could do a Flavor record. If he do a record with Dre, he could do a Dre record. If he do a record with Meek Mills, he can do a Meek Mills record.
Right.
He's adjustable. He could just fit in.
Right, he's like a chameleon.
Yes.
Like a chameleon.
That's called
the true fit in anywhere.
Bingo.
Shit.
That's a true artist.
Yeah.
And shout out to his uncle, Larry Graham. A lot of people don't know that Larry Graham's his uncle. You remember who Larry Graham is?
Larry Graham?
Larry Graham is Drake's uncle.
Get the fuck out of here.
I'm 1 in a million.
Joe, wait, hold up. Get the fuck out of here. Get out of here.
Drake's daddy and Larry Graham are brothers.
Get out of here. Yo.
What is Drake's last name? His name is Aubrey what? Graham. You want to Google that right quick? You didn't know that Drake's uncle was Larry Graham?
No, I didn't.
Yes.
And let me tell you something.
Yes.
I made 1 in a million over.
That's his uncle.
I made that record over and I never released it.
That's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? Word up, man.
Yeah.
And not only that, but then also I got this joint that I did called Flavor Man. And I used the beginning of the jam.
Which jam?
No. No. Flavor Man. I used George Clinton and shit. God damn.
Get off your ass and jam. Yeah.
But the jam. What record did I got that I used the jam? Come on, man, from Larry Graham, bro.
He got a couple of them.
Remember,
he got
the drum break.
Oh, you talking about from Graham Central Station?
From Graham Central
Station.
That's Larry Graham.
Yeah. Graham Central Station. I know what you're talking about.
Renewal, but I am the Wiggin. Yes. I'm not one of you, but I'm one of us.
I know the drums you're talking about.
All you have to do is just listen to my drums, and you'll see what they call me. Yeah,
I will tell you the record in a second. I will tell you the name of it.
Come on, man.
Yeah. You didn't know
man,
that?
can you handle it?
Right.
Come on, Larry Graham, bro.
That's
Come on,
Drake's
one
uncle.
of my favorite artists, and that's one of my biggest inspirations.
That's
and you
weird.
mean to tell me that Drake and
is the nephew?
Drake's pops and Larry Graham are brothers?
Yeah. His daddy played in Graham Central Station.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Man, wait until I see Drake's pops the next time, bro. Wait until I see Drake's pops the next time.
I feel good that I'm giving you a little bit of history. Because you're Flavor Flav. Like, come on, man.
Man, I didn't know that.
Yeah, Larry Graham is Drake's
I
uncle.
did not know, man.
Yeah, that's his real uncle.
I'm bugging. You got me bugging.
Yo,
you got me bugging.
This is so
monumental.
monumental.
Make me say my favorite line right now. I never took gymnastics, but I'm flipping. I'm flipping.
Yeah, real talk. Real talk. This
wow,
is real.
man.
Yeah.
Yo, Choc, man.
Thank you, man.
You are music history, bro. Word
You
up,
are
man.
too.
Hey, yo, check this out, man. Let me ask you about my little niece, man. Let me ask you about your daughter, man. Lil Ari. How's Ari doing, man?
She's doing
What's
good.
going on with Ari, yo?
She's doing good. She's she had daddy kind of on a low spot because, you know, I'm one of those I'm a little bit old school. I kind of like don't know what's going on with the vaccination. I don't know if it's helping or if it's not, but my baby is doing movies now. And she had to get vaccinated, and she had to sit down with me and say, Dad, I have to get vaccinated in order for me to continue to keep working. So that right there let me know, like, wow, my 11-year-old really loved what she's doing to come to me about, I want to get vaccinated because, Dad, I don't want to be off the movie set no more.
You said she's doing movies? What movies?
She's done Blackish. She's been on Blackish? She's been on Blackish twice. She's been on SWAT with Shamara Moore.
What?
She's been on, oh my God, Animal Kingdom 2 times.
Wow.
Animal Kingdom was a big show.
You go, Ari.
She's done Animal Kingdom. She's done, what was the other one? Come on, I always start with an S. What is it called? With what's her name? The beautiful black girl, Kerry Washington. She's done shows. She's done a movie with Reese Witherspoon.
Wow.
She's done movies with Jim Carrey.
Wow.
Yeah, so she's busy on it, and I'm proud of her. And she, you know, when I told her I was coming to see you, she's like, I want to make sure that Uncle Flav give me a shout out because she wants to make sure that she used, because Daddy is not.
Well, listen.
Daddy's not social media savvy like her.
I am so proud and more than honored.
That's right.
To give my little niece a shout out. Everybody, I want y'all to check my niece out. Check this out. I'm going to spell it out for you.
There you go.
At ALLEYESONARI. That means all eyes on Ari. You heard me? Y'all got me? Y'all heard me? All eyes on my little niece.
That's right. That's all her platforms, y'all. All her platforms, man. And I appreciate that because she's going to love that, man.
Hey, Choc, let me tell you something, man. I appreciate you, bro.
Appreciate you.
Coming through my show, man. Coming by my set, giving me the best yet.
I appreciate that.
Man, Choc, you don't know what you've
that.
done for me today, bro, by
Thank
coming
you.
here by my show, man. And let me tell you something, you taught me a lot, man. And not only that, but I hope my boy taught y'all a lot too. You know what I'm saying? To everybody that sticks to the end of this program, I guarantee you, I know for a fact that this man taught y'all a lot, just like he just taught Flavor a lot. Choc,
appreciate you,
thank
bro.
you so much, man, for coming by my spot, man. You know what I'm saying? And I love you more, man.
And I can't wait to get some of this chicken.
Hey, listen, may God keep blessing
Appreciate
you, man, with your life, your future, your goals, and your wonderful family, man. You know what I'm saying? And listen, man, being that you blessed me, I got to bless you.
Please do.
With my book, man. You know what I'm saying?
Brother.
With my book, man. It's called Flavor Flav, the Icon, the Memoirs. I had to bless you with that, man.
I
You know what I'm
appreciate that,
saying?
man.
Word up.
100.
Hey, yo.
I appreciate that.
And check this out, Mr. Choc.
I appreciate that. Yes,
check
sir.
this out,
Yes,
Mr.
sir.
Choc, the
Yes, sir.
flyest guy on the block.
What it do? Man, thanks for that.
Is there anything that you want the world to know about Chocolate, the person?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, I'm simple, bro. Like, we do a podcast as well, and I thank you because we did you via over telephone like a year ago, and thank you for giving us time for that.
Yeah.
Because you went out there scheduling your time to do that with us. Check us out on our podcast, which is West Was One Podcast, on all formats with Pops, Lisa Marie from SSV, my boy Old School, and myself. So y'all can check us out on that. And then also, thank you for plugging my baby, man, my daughter.
Come on, no doubt.
I appreciate
But
it.
now, I want you to tell the world, man, about the person, Choc, man, the type of person that Choc is. You know what I'm saying? Let the world know.
I'm a humble man. I thank God. I'm a very God-fearing man, first of all. But at the same time, I thank God for having this longevity. Got a new record right now with Eminem called Discombobulated. So y'all go out there. Me and DJ Silk did that alongside of Dr. Dre.
Okay.
Support that Discombobulated with Eminem. I'm not really social media savvy, but I'm learning. But you can go to my social media, which is Mista Choc Beats at actually Mista Choc Beats on Instagram, and I don't do Facebook. I'm just gonna keep 100. I don't do Facebook. I don't do all of that. But check me out, man. And like I said again, thanks for letting me be part of this, because that's big to me, bro. Like I'm among like something that people could never understand. That I looked up to you when I was homeless. You know what I mean? To go from homeless to be in front of you is a grandstand, bro. Thank you.
Yo, Choc, I love you so much, brother.
I love you too.
Thank you, man. Everybody, my boy, the real McCoy, the one that will make your ass jump for joy. My boy, the flyest guy on the block. We gotta give it up to Mr. Choc.
Appreciate you, man.
Yeah,
I love you, bro.
Boy.
Thanks.
Everybody, check 1, 2. This is how we do. Yo, this concludes another episode of the Flavor Flav Show, original podcast. Tune in next week. You know what I'm saying? You'll be surprised who I'll have next.
Yes, you will.
Thank you, Choc.
Thank you, bro. And I love you.
And I love you more. Yeah, boy.
I gotta plug it. Go support it.
Yes, sir. My boy.